Welcome to A Taste of Her, Sweet and Spicy Sapphic Short Stories by Tiana Warner. The Sea Demon's Kiss. If we don't regain control of this boat fast, all four of us are going to become midnight snacks at the bottom of the Gulf of Alaska. My stomach plummets as the Mariana heaves through the waves, the hull's groans drowned by the roaring storm. While Captain Hargrove shouts for help into the radio, Jose, Cleo, and I scramble around the slippery deck, reeling in the fishing lines and securing loose items. Frigid salt water sprays my face, the briny scent mingled with the tang of the diesel engine. Frothing whitecaps rear up on all sides and claw at our legs. Endless blackness stretches beyond them, the sun nowhere near rising at 3 a.m. in February. "We have to turn the rudder manually," I shout through chattering teeth, racing for the stern. "Cleo, the emergency tiller." Out at sea, few things are as dire as spinning the wheel and finding it unresponsive. Just an empty whiz, but that's exactly what happened. Minutes into the storm, we lost steering, and the brief safety training I took before we left became critical. "On it!" Cleo shouts. My hands are numb inside my gloves as I wrench open the hatch to the rudder. The Mariana rocks violently, turning under the storm's push. The waves slam into us broadside, threatening to capsize our little boat, which suddenly feels like a toy. "Careful, Aurora," Captain Hargrove grumbles, his teeth blackened from chewing tobacco, his cheeks pink and chapped above his scruffy beard. "It's a bitch to operate. Get Jose to do it." I push back the soaking blonde tresses clinging to my cheeks and shake my head. "We've got it." "Yeah, Jose has bigger muscles, but he's busy using those muscles to secure everything heavy." The captain waves a hand in surrender, turning back to the radio. His gaze flicks compulsively to the churning water, watching, waiting. According to him, my 19 years of age gives me courage bordering on recklessness. While I'd argue the reckless part, I get what he's saying. He's nearing retirement and has seen enough of the ocean's wrath to put the fear of every sea god into his bones. His weathered face and hands are scarred from decades of fishing in the Earth's most unforgiving waters. As for me, this is my first time spending several days at sea, and my first time on a fishing boat. I haven't seen enough to know what I'm supposed to be afraid of. As lightning splits the sky and illuminates everyone's soaking, fearful faces, I wonder if that's about to change. The wind hisses in my ears, raising the hairs on the back of my neck. Cleo races over with the tiller, a T-shaped metal bar we'll use to control the rudder. Our hands entwine and our shoulders bump as we fit it into the top of the rudder stock. Nothing brings together four strangers like a week at sea. Hell, Cleo and I have done a lot more than brush shoulders these last couple of nights. I'm still tingling between my legs where her fingers snuck under the covers earlier, my bottom lip tender where I bit it to keep from making a sound. She's a temporary escape, someone to take my mind off everything, someone who's going to be gentle with me when I need it. But after we return home, I doubt we'll speak again. A deep thud rumbles the hull, and Captain Hargrove snaps his gaze to the water, reaching for his weapon. Bile surges up my throat as we all look. Jose mumbles to himself, directing a prayer skyward. Do I trust my tired eyes? Sinister shapes seem to writhe below the surface. The boat's swaying shadow, right? There's an agonizing pause. Then the captain spits his tobacco on the deck and returns to the controls. "Better cozy up, because we won't be getting any help out here till morning." We all resume our work, mouths tightening to thin lines. More than the storm, more than our lost steering, it's the weapon across the captain's back that makes my skin prickle. The iron crossbow. "You think he's ever had to use it?" Cleo asks, following my gaze. "Many times." I grunt as I pull the tiller, struggling to move it. "And that's why he's so jaded." Cleo's ghostly face, pale eyes, and glistening yellow raincoat cut through the darkness as she bends to help. She fumbles with the handle, not yet used to the physical labor of working a fishing boat. You know why it's iron, don't you? My heart jumps. I've heard the myths. We work together, grunting with the effort of moving the rudder. Our combined strength is barely enough to fight the current, but we manage to turn the Mariana head-on into the waves. It's the only way to kill one, she says. I nod at the steel bar beneath our gloved hands. Would this work as a club? Cleo shakes her head. Steel's an alloy. It's gotta be pure iron. Look at his quiver. She holds her palms a foot apart, miming the size of the dark bolts sticking out of the quiver on the captain's back. That's the only thing big enough to stop her heart. The way she said her instead of its sends a shiver down my spine. It doesn't feel right to humanize those monsters. I sigh, a puff of white in the frigid air. We can exchange horror stories when we're dry enough for a campfire, baby. Now grab on and help me before we capsize. Her lips quirk. We're not exactly on baby terms, and she's not my type, rough around the edges and prone to brooding, but rules don't apply out here. Not when we're straddling the line between life and death with every second on the open water. We turn the bow into the waves, cresting a huge one and riding a precipice for a moment before my stomach lurches and we plunge into a trough. A deluge slams over us. Oh, shh! All sense of direction dissolves beneath the crushing weight. I can't breathe. I'm flat on the deck, the wood pressed against my front. A hollow rush fills my ears, and something big bumps my right side, slamming me sideways. Cleo? Jose? The water retreats, and I give a shuddering gasp as I scramble to my hands and knees. Cleo does the same on my left. She shakes her head like a dog, letting out a roar. My pulse quickens as I search for what bumped me, my chest tightening. Legends come alive out here in the darkness, each shadow an empty corner, a hiding place. If monsters do lurk in these depths, what chance do we have? Is there any point to the captain's mayday call when it would take hours for anyone to reach us? Whatever you kids do, don't fall overboard, Captain Hargrove roars. His eyes are hardened by decades of storms, his face deeply lined. We're at the mercy of the sea tonight, and the sea is hungry. Cleo and I crawl back to the tiller, fighting against the storm that's trying to turn us so we're easier to capsize. I'm shivering uncontrollably, my new state of being. The icy dampness seeps through my skin and into my bones. It doesn't matter how many layers I'm wearing and whether I've zipped up my heavy-duty waterproof outerwear. The chill sinks in deep. Makes you wonder why we thought this would be better than staying on land, huh? Cleo shouts over the wind, which screams like a banshee. In place of her usual confidence, her voice quakes, and there's a real glint of fear in her eyes. I'll take this any day, I admit. The storm is the only thing that's managed to distract me in days, the sting of the salty spray in my eyes and on my cheeks, overpowering the pain inside me. She frowns, maybe recognizing what's beneath the words. Ever gonna tell me what you're running from? I wipe an arm across my brow, which does nothing but add more water. Just wanted to start fresh. Nothing says fresh like a blast of Arctic seawater in the face, right? Her brows arch in sympathy. The lights flicker, plunging us into darkness before a single pathetic lamp shudders back to life. At the helm, Captain Hargrove and Jose are silhouettes against the chaos, moving frantically. Jose is still trying to secure everything while Hargrove fights with the controls. Anyway, you first, I say to Cleo. If she wants to know why I'm here, she'd better be ready to open up too. It's too dark to see her face, but I feel her hesitation. Pushing my limits. I've spent my life taking punches, working a cushy office job, and I wanted to see if I can handle this. Her words hit me like a blow to the chest. I scowl at the deck, focusing on pulling the tiller. Jose curses in Spanish as he struggles with a pump while Captain Hargrove leaves the helm to check for leaks and damage. Was it your partner? Cleo asks me gently, her gaze skating over the bruise on my cheek. It's the softest she's been, her hard facade slipping a little. My heart skips. Boyfriend. My first and last. The confession tumbles out before I can stop it, my voice quivering. I'm not usually one to tell a stranger about my shitty life, but paralyzing fear has me ready to say anything to distract me from the violent storm. The howling wind is starting to sound like inhuman screams, and each whitecap carries a haunting silhouette as it rises up. I might have an idea of what you're going through, Cleo says. I freeze. Really? A flicker of darkness crosses her face before she swipes a hand over her eyes and returns her attention to the rudder. My dad was a heavy drinker, believed in old-school discipline, so I studied abroad, booked trips, and otherwise stayed as far from him as possible until I could afford my own place. My heart goes out to her. I'm sorry. She lifts a shoulder. Hey, you get it, right? I do. And you're here to kick ass and show the world what you can do. For the first time in a while, a tiny smile tugs my cracked lips. I was with Mark for 6 months, and it was 6 months too long. A dozen too many hits, 100 too many insults. A few days ago, I finally made up my mind. That asshole had hit me for the last time. I would never see him again, and eventually, I could forget he exists. So I left behind everything I own and jumped on a plane to the opposite side of the continent, Alaska. I wanted to spend a week healing on the open ocean, but not in the tropics. Tropical beaches don't transform people. But here, in one of the toughest and most grueling environments in the world, if this can't turn me into a new person, nothing will. Another towering wave crashes over the deck, a giant fist trying to drag us into the abyss. We both gasp, shaking off the droplets. The boat groans and cracks in protest. I still don't know if this shit show is better than being at home, Cleo says. They say the ocean heals the soul, I say, echoing the book that inspired me to sign up for this expedition. If healing involves ripping yourself to shreds, she massages her bicep, wincing. Feels good if you ask me. Though we work to exhaustion every day, I'm finding strength I didn't know I had, and that's the whole point. To find my resilience on one of the most grueling fishing routes in the world. A crash rings out behind me. I jump to my feet. A conch shell rolls across the deck. I pick it up, furrowing my brow. It's heavy, the sharp edges pressing into my fingers through my gloves. I'd tell you if there was a sea demon at your back, Cleo says with a wink. We'd all be dead already if there was a sea demon aboard. I'm not being a dick, it's just the truth. I toss the shell back into the ocean, trying not to consider how many long minutes will pass before it hits the bottom. It was probably lodged somewhere, Cleo says, her wide eyes shifting between me and the water. Unless a demon just tried to take you out and had a bad aim. Wait for the campfire, I remind her, flicking droplets in her direction. I don't want to hear the word demon while we're out here in these conditions. She grins, but it falters as a strange silence engulfs us. It's not the storm. The wind and waves still rage, the boat creaking and groaning. It's the kind of silence that screams of something amiss. It's the absence of life and safety. Cleo's brow pinches. The hair on the back of my neck prickles, as if my body knows something before my brain does. We break our gaze and look over at the helm. My mind fractures, unable to comprehend what I'm seeing. In the flickering light, a young woman is hanging over the side of the boat, her arms hooked on the edge like she's ready to climb aboard. My grip fails me, and I rock back on my knees. Where did she come from? Why would someone be out here swimming? Her brown skin and long dark hair shimmer in the dim light. Her round face is smooth and flawless, her bare arms slender and toned. She's casting the most stunning smile at Captain Hargrove. The captain is on all fours, edging closer to her like a parched man needing a drink. My breath hitches as the woman pulls herself up so she's sitting sideways on the railing. God, is there anyone more beautiful in the world? In the boat's quivering light, her eyes shine like gems, and her skin glistens as beads run down between her breasts. Her full lips part in an invitation as she leans closer to Captain Hargrove. He raises himself up, meeting her lips in a hungry kiss. She kisses him back, her hands wrapping around the back of his head. Her mouth opens wider, their passion escalating like two lovers reuniting. Are you seeing this too? I ask Cleo, my voice so weak it barely comes out. Maybe I hit my head and this is all a hallucination. No answer. I try to turn toward Cleo, but it's impossible to tear my gaze away from the girl. Beautiful. So beautiful. I want her to kiss me too. I want her to devour me. My mouth waters, desperate for her taste. I fall forward onto all fours, ready to crawl over. The captain slides his hands down her chest, massaging her breasts. She lets out the sweetest, most seductive sound, which sends a tremor through me as it carries to my ears. Her fingers tighten over the captain's shoulders. As their kiss grows feverish, the boat's dying light plays tricks on me. It's like the girl's flesh mutates, becoming scaly and decayed, and webs appear between her fingers. Lightning flashes across the sky behind them, and thunder rumbles through my core. Spots erupt in my vision, obscuring the scene before me, and the woman and Captain Hargrove vanish. I blink, groggy. Cleo? The sound of my own voice wakes me up like a bucket of water over my head. The world slides in and out of focus, reality hovering at the edge of my consciousness. No, something's wrong. A scraping noise snags my attention, and I whirl around, a pulse of cold adrenaline shooting through me. Another woman materializes near the stern, snow white with red hair and freckles dusting her face and shoulders. She beckons Jose closer with a delicate hand. Jose stumbles to his feet to reach her, claiming her lips in a frantic kiss. But his wife, his kids. A small voice in the back of my mind protests. She wraps her fingers around his neck, her grip tightening, and reality slams into me like another icy deluge. The truth screams inside me, a prisoner trying to break out of a cage, clawing at the bars until fingers wear down to bone. The legends? They're true. I wrench my gaze away from their mouths and down to her waist, where skin fades into brown scales like a sunset. She has a tail. Stop! I roar, the word tearing from my throat. Jose! She's a sea demon! The demon snaps her dark eyes to me, her webbed fingers frozen around his neck. A chill ripples down my spine. These living nightmares are real, and one has found us. Her sultry expression shifts, her lip curling, her brow pinching. Deep red swallows the whites of her eyes. Her smooth skin warps into something rotten, the color and texture of seaweed. Her hair falls forward like a slimy curtain. Her ears turn long and bulbous like the decaying algae that washes up on the beach. Her lips curl, her teeth lengthen into points, and she lets out a screech that rips through the storm. Beside me, Cleo's cry pierces the air, a scuffle rising as she scrambles backward. Jose recoils, shrieking in horror, but the mermaid keeps a firm hold. In a blink, she yanks him toward her. Her teeth, now as long as knives, sink into his neck. A primal scream tears from my throat as blood squirts across the deck, painting the wood red. Jose goes limp, and she pulls him into the water with chilling ease. The splash is lost beneath the din. Demon! I shriek. I stumble backward, every instinct urging me to flee. Help! I don't know who I'm yelling to. The storm swallows my cry, sweeping it into the empty blackness. The sea demon slides off the railing, the thump rattling the boat. She advances on me like a girl possessed, dragging herself forward with locked elbows. Her webbed hands claw the deck as she shifts her weight, her bony shoulders appearing to pop out of joint. I yank the tiller out of the rudder stalk. Stop! At my back, Cleo swears, her boots thumping. Iron! We need iron! The crossbow and bolts. But where Captain Hargrove was a moment ago, there's nothing. Our only hope of fighting this monster is sinking to the bottom of the gulf with him. I swing the tiller, striking the demon hard in the cheek. She balks at the impact, but I might as well have hit her with foam. She sneers, her lips curling back from her reddened teeth, her blazing eyes narrowing. At my back, Cleo lets out a blood-curdling shriek. A weight like an anchor plunges into my gut. I fight the instinct to spin around, keeping the tiller in front of me like a sword. Kick, Cleo! Her scream is cut short by a sickening squelch, and a thud rattles the deck as she lands beside me. I can't help it. I snap my gaze around. The sea demon who took Captain Hargrove is back and on top of her. Long teeth tearing chunks out of her face, neck, and shoulders. Crimson pours over the deck, engulfing my ankles with a surge of seawater. I sway, my chest constricting until I can't breathe. There's nothing recognizable left of Cleo. She's a pulp, a lifeless tangle of limbs inside rain gear. A sickening crunch meets my ears, teeth against bone. Jesus. The demon isn't just killing her, it's eating her. Nausea overtakes me and I gag. A vice clamps around my ankle like steel, iciness seeping through my layers and into my bones. A lurch, a painful jolt in my spine. I'm on my back. My head slams into the wood, disorienting. Help! My cry dissolves in the wind, taking any last thread of hope with it. There's no one left to save me. Everybody is dead. My breaths escape in panicked sobs. I try to get away, but a heavy weight lands on me, holding me down. The mermaid is on top of me, pinning my legs under her tail and gripping my wrists with superhuman strength. Her teeth glint in the moving light. Her rotten, seaweed-like skin looms closer, the only thing in the endless darkness. Do you know how many of my sisters you've drowned in your nets? She snarls. Her voice takes a moment to register, a high, musical sound at odds with the monster I'm looking at. Do you know how many innocent creatures are victims of your carelessness every day? I'm paralyzed, my breath so short I'm dizzy. Answer me, she shouts, tightening her grip painfully over my wrists. It isn't me. I shake my head, tears burning. I care about the ocean. Please. Then why are you here killing more fish than you could ever eat in your lifetime? Her blazing red eyes penetrate my soul as she searches my face, maybe deciding the best place to sink her teeth into me. Are sea demons after vengeance? Is this what's happened to all the missing ships over the years? Please, don't kill me, I beg. I'll do whatever. Shh, the mermaid whispers. I clamp my jaw shut, trembling beneath her. Her skin ripples, and her eyes churn like whirlpools. Slowly, she transforms back into a beautiful young woman, pale and freckled, with long red hair and a soft, round face. Her gaze travels down my body. You're hurting. Of course I'm hurting. I want to snap. You slammed my head into the deck. She must read my thoughts because she rests a hand over my heart. In here. Who did this to you? I stare back, unsure how to respond. Her expression is so tender it's hard to believe what she really is. Her full lips part, and her eyebrows pull down. A purr comes from the base of her throat, the sound sending a lick of desire through me. A man, I say, so parched that the words come out broken. Her brow furrows. Let me help you. A tiny spark of hope flares in my chest. She could be playing with me, but the spark is all I have, so I cling to it. I'll do whatever you want. I'll never go into the ocean again. Do you want to come with me to a better place than this? She asks. I swallow hard, distracted by her otherworldly beauty. She smells as sweet as springtime. I'm torn between fearing for my life and wanting to kiss her. It's her allure. I know it is. But I can't help the way my body responds. The sight of her lips hovering over mine sends a tingle down to my toes. Her sweet scent is tantalizing, making my mouth water in anticipation. Desire pools low inside me. I can have her. All I need to do is close the distance. Your beauty isn't real, I say. You're a living lie, so why should I believe you? Her lips curve into the most gorgeous smile. Each half of me is as real as the other. I furrow my brow. So what I'm seeing is your true form. She nods. I promise. This is me. And inside. She takes my hand with a gentle grasp and places my palm over her chest. My heart beats like yours. I feel everything you feel. I can give you freedom, Aurora. My breath catches. How does she know my name? I've been watching your boat for some time. She purrs, reading my confusion. I sense your pain. You don't have to live like this. Always fleeing, trying to escape. Come with me, and I'll show you a better world. The promise gives me pause. What do you mean? Kiss me, and I can transform your life into something better than you ever thought possible. My pulse quickens at the invitation. She's so heart-wrenchingly beautiful that I nearly kiss her right there without a second thought. I force my gaze away to get a hold of myself. You don't know what I want, what I've been through. Aurora, where I'm taking you, men can't hurt you. Her lips graze mine, so soft and full. You'll be the one hurting them. Her words hover over me, not quite sinking in. I regret we had to kill your girlfriend. She purrs, glancing toward Cleo's corpse. But it's you I want. We can be happy together, Aurora. Her breath is so achingly sweet that my eyelids flutter. Kiss me, Aurora. I want your lips on mine, your tongue in my mouth, your hands and fingers all over me. I can be yours. I can fulfill your every desire, make love to you, tell you how incredible you are, lick you until you scream. As her sing-song voice drifts into my mind, my breath hitches. Why am I hesitating? The most beautiful woman in the world is naked on top of me. She's soft and delicate, with little dips in her waist that beg to be touched, and she's asking me to kiss her. I can't take it anymore. I lift my head to close the distance, taking her lips in mine. She's sweeter than anything I've tasted. Her body writhes against me, her grip tightening over my wrists. She parts my lips with her tongue, deepening the kiss. I moan into her mouth, and as she undulates, I bring a knee up to hold her to me. I'm distantly aware of her tail pressing firmly against my inner thighs. Her humanity ends where her scales begin, but the way she kisses me is like nothing I've ever experienced. I struggle in her grasp, needing more of her. I arch my back, wishing I was naked, wishing I could flip us over and kiss her everywhere. I want to lick her, bite her, wrap myself around her. Her breasts brush my jacket, teasing me. She pulls back with a gasp, her dark eyes glimmering like gems. You kiss with passion. I like that. My chest heaves. I want more of her. I need her. Abruptly, pain lances through my legs, fracturing my thoughts. A scream erupts from my throat. I writhe, kicking, but my muscles fail me. I can't kick. I can't move my legs at all. Help, I croak, the word dying on my lips. It's okay. The mermaid purrs, letting go of my wrists. I flip over and claw the deck, trying to crawl away to escape the pain. It follows me, tearing through every cell like I'm on fire. No, no. Betrayal cinches around me. She said she wouldn't kill me. She was supposed to let me go free. Through a haze, the mermaid's icy hand closes around my arm. The deck moves beneath me. She's pulling me, and I'm too weak to struggle. As consciousness slips away, her voice swims toward me. Your pain will soon end. In the sea demon's underwater kingdom, the disorienting chill fades with the pain. In its place, a tingle passes through me. Beneath my palms, my skin is as cold as death. The mermaid floats in front of me, her red tresses hovering around her head like Medusa's snakes. Every sense comes to me with overwhelming clarity. Her hair, her freckles, and her eyes are clear and sharp. Every fish, shrimp, and shark within miles crackles in my ears. Most of all, each tiny whirl in the current tingles over my pale skin, telling a story of this strange new world. I run my hands down my bare waist, stopping as my fingers find rough scales. Where my feet should be, my legs have fused into a tail. It's thick, strong, the fin fluttering. Panic wells up. She's transformed me into a mermaid, a sea demon. I've escaped like I wanted to, and the pain of being human is gone. But so is my humanity. I'm a monster, and I'll never be human again. Up at the surface, the hull of the Mariana drifts aimlessly through the waves, a ghost ship. The mermaid takes my hand, her smile sending a chill down my spine. You're home. I shake my head, my heart in my throat. Home? I want to shout. This isn't home. Around me, the endless ocean is a black, cold void. There's nothing ahead but my fate as a sea demon, a life of luring men into the waves and drowning them in the icy depths. The end. This story was based in the Mermaids of Ariana Kwai universe. If you liked it, check out the YA Sapphic fantasy novel Ice Massacre, Mermaids of Ariana Kwai, Book 1. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to support these stories, and so you never miss a new release. You can find all of Tiana Warner's Sapphic romance books on her website at tianawarner.com.